Welcome to Work is Third. This bonus clip comes from my conversation with Dr. Alicia Justice. Here, Alicia shares why it's always a yes for her nieces and nephews, why it's hard to say no, and how that connects to joy, boundaries, and the importance of asking for help. Let's listen in. We are coming to the end of our time in this conversation, and one of the things I like to do is ask our guests 4 questions.
Okay.
And the first question is, what is something that it is easy for you to say yes to?
Anything that my niece or nephews call and ask me for, like just about anything. So they all have iPads, and my niece, who's the oldest of the little ones, is able to text from her iPad. And one day she texted me a series of different emojis, and it was all different food items. And so I sent her a voice note, and I was like, "What is this? What does this mean?" And she was saying, "Oh, when you visit, we want to have a pizza party, and we want burgers, and we want fries, and we want ice cream, and we want cookies." And so I booked a flight. I came. We had a pizza party with burgers, fries, ice cream, and cookies. Like, those kids can probably ask me for anything, and I would be like, "Well, let me figure that out so that I could get you that," because they are the most awesome human beings. And I enjoy so much being their auntie and being able to hold that title and be related to them. And I appreciate, without them having any acknowledgement of this, but they are fully engrossed in their childhood, and the way in which they invite me along to that, it's such a gift to me. So yeah, it's yes every time from Auntie.
I love that. There was a reel a while back where it was like the auntie walking in with a money gun
Oh,
and
that's me.
doing the
Mhm.
selfies, and I was like, me.
Yes. When I became an auntie, I was like, "Why didn't anybody tell me how cool this was?"
Yeah.
It's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Like, I thought, being, because I'm the oldest of my siblings, so I've always been like, "Oh, I'm the big sister." Auntie? Way better than being big sister.
Awesome. Yes.
Like, I love it so much.
Okay, so let's explore the flip side of this, which is what is something that it is hard for you to say no to?
Hmm, probably them same group of people. Obviously, I came there and had a pizza party with burgers and fries and ice cream and cookies. Let's see, something hard for me to say no to. I mean, I guess it is my same answer as my one before. It's easy for me to say yes to my niece and nephews, and it's also hard for me to say no to them. And I think, yes, that is my answer. It's hard for me to say no to my niece and nephews because I want them, of course, to have things that maybe I did not get easily when I was their age. And being an adult, I recognize how much I didn't appreciate my youth. And so I want to fill their youth up with as many things that like bring them joy and feel so important to them at those moments. Because I mean, probably not when I was a little kid, but certainly in my teenage years, I was like, I'm just ready to, and now I'm like, girl, you stupid. You should have stayed 15. Because this is ghetto. But yeah, so I think my answer is probably the same. It's easiest for me to say yes to them, and it's hardest for me to say no to them because I want them to have all the things that they are deserving of. And also, there's so many messages in the world and also policies in the world that are trying to design ways, particularly for certain kinds of children, Black children, for them to not affirm themselves, for them not to have value over their lives, and trying to teach them that they only exist in these certain kinds of context, and that they can only be this certain kind of thing, and that there's all these limitations on their life. So in whatever ways that I can liberate their childhood and continue to like, showcase ways for them to have a liberative life, I'm going to do that.
I feel the same, and I am actually curious if the next question, your thought, the line of thinking that you were going on around identifying something that is fair will come up. But the question is, when it comes to joy or boundaries or self-care or rest, what do you do really well?
I am really good at recognizing, like earlier our conversation, when it just ain't in me. Like, I know the right thing I should do, but I'm really pissed off, or I'm really, really feeling emotional and sad. And in this moment, I can't pull myself out of it. So I'm really good at setting a boundary for myself to not further disrupt my own peace, and also to not disrupt other people's peace, because that's when your feelings have now become a casualty for somebody else. And I don't want to do that.
That's a two-pronged action, right? The first part is recognizing how you're feeling, and then the second is making a better choice because you recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then where do you still struggle or experience challenge?
Affirming myself and not questioning it, or not like wincing at it. I'm like, but you are that girl though. But see, just now in my mind, it was like, "Oof, don't say anything else. But I'm like, what is that? Like, what is going on there? So yeah, that is something I still, struggle with. Even with all the work I really put in, I'm very intentional about my mental health care. I don't play with my mentals. My one of my older cousins, who's more like a sister to me, says all the time, your mind can take you places a plane and a rocket can't get to. And I mean, when I say that is so true. And, given that, I want to make sure, when my mind is floating, that I'm able to reground it, or it's floating in places that are nourishing, so that I'm not taking myself down this dark path that is become so challenging to get out of. So yeah, I do not play about that. And I have really been intentional about investing in that. And not that doing that work is more deserving of quote unquote bragging rights, but what that work has done is I am clear about who I am. And I'm also clear about who I'm not. And even though there are certain areas that, I don't excel in as well as maybe others, I'm even clear on those. And I recognize how much of a value it is to know that.
That part. Yes.
It's such a value to know that, because what it does is it gives you an opportunity to connect, because it's like, I don't do that well, but I probably know somebody who does. Let me connect. Let me invite somebody. Let me not go at it alone. Let me not individualize every single thing that I need to do and how I need to move in this world. Let me tap into my village, or let me expand my village and use this as an opportunity to connect with someone else. And also, let me ask for help, which is, I guess, a number two thing I don't do very well. Because, I'm the big sister. I'm the firstborn. I could do it by myself. And then it's like,
We are
I
the
need
same.
it. Yes. And then it's like, I'm so tired. I'm so overwhelmed. Well, girl, you did all the things. You did not ask anybody for help. So yeah. So it's like all of those things are with that awareness. Even though I still don't do it perfect, I do it much better of like, Alicia, are you pushing through something you need to ask for help for? Just open your mouth. Ask for help.
Yeah. Ask for help. I am in a coaching program right now, and one of the things that they do every day is one of your tasks is to identify something to delegate.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what it is. What is
Mhm.
something that you don't need to do
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
that you might have a challenge doing? Ask for help
Yes.
every
Yes.
day. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's such good practice, because I mean, back to the mentals, trying to do every single thing, not asking for help, not being honest with yourself when you need help, that's a mental strain. And then it's like, I can't show up in my zone of genius, what I was created to do, because I'm bogged down with all these things. And then it's like, there's this imaginary peanut gallery, apparently, I'm trying to like, prove myself to, that I can do all the things. Girl, sit your behind down and ask for help.
You don't have to do all the things.
No, we do not have to do all the things. And that is such a blessing. I'm grateful for my village and my community. I have so many people across so many different facets of my life that I know I can reach out to, and that I don't have to figure everything out. Like that's such a blessing. And I'm glad I have embraced that understanding in that way, so that I can get better at asking for help when I need it.
Well, we are on that journey together.
Yay! Fun times.
Yeah.
I'll bring the green. You bring the purple.
I'll bring the purple. That was Dr. Alicia Justice reminding us to ask for help and to embrace joy even when it looks like a pizza party with all the fries and ice cream. If you loved this bonus, make sure you check out the full conversation on Work is Third. And as always, you can subscribe and find more at workisthird.com.